Okay, so here I'm going to talk briefly about how to balance tubes for the centrifuge. It is very important to balance tubes using an actual scale for a variety of reasons. You do not want it to be your fault when the centrifuge breaks if the tubes were not correctly balanced. And this way you can be 100% confident. You can eyeball balance by eye and say that they're about full, the same amount, but a small failure in a tube can create a slow leak, and if that imbalance happens during a run, it can break the centrifuge. So better to have the tubes completely balanced so that you know 100% without a doubt it was not your fault. So I have two tubes here. We balance in pairs. So on the scale, since this tube has a round bottom, it's not going to stay on the scale. I've put this blue thing to hold it there. They are located behind the scale. And I'm going to tare the balance with the blue cup on the scale because I don't want to consider its mass. Notice my tubes have their caps on because that's how they go in the centrifuge, with the cap. So I'm going to put it on the scale and see that it weighs 38.86. Now we need to balance within a tenth. So that means I need my other tube to be 38.7 to 9-ish. So 38.8 is my first one, and 38.3 is my second one. So this one's just a little bit lighter. So the way I do this is I unscrew both, and now keep the cap on the balance because the cap is part of the mass. This was 38.3, this one was 38.8. So I'm going to take a small amount out of this one with the pipette and gradually bring this up to half. So I'm looking for 38.5-ish. Because again, I just need to be within a tenth. So this is now 38.52. Again, with the cap. And then return this one back to the balance with its cap. Make sure you're not carrying any water from your ice bucket. And this one's now 38.66. So now if you wanted to be super anal, you could go back and balance these exactly. So I'll just illustrate one more time how this would work. So now this one is heavier, so I'm going to take out a small amount. We know this one is 38.65, this one was approximately 38.5. So we've really just got, milligrams here to account for. This is now 38.59, the one on the balance. And this one, again, wiping off the excess water because that will add mass, is now 38.58. So now these are balanced within a 100th. So I know this is definitely not my fault if the centrifuge fails during its run.